first. Do you feel a difference?
Yeah, a lot different. But I find on my 2-4, even though I'm purposely trying to put that like that, I find myself naturally going back to what I used to do.
Sure. Which is a perfectly good reason to do exactly what you said. You don't need to be pushing it all the time at 28 or beyond or whatever. None of this is to say that you can't take sets. When you're skiing a lot, you can't take sets where you go ahead and shorten it and you push yourself a little. But that needs to happen about a third of the time, at most, maybe a quarter of the time. The rest of the time, you got work to do. I want to do something with you going down just to practice this offside move, okay? I want you to get outside the right-hand wake. You got the wake, the trough, and then the whitewater. I want you to stand in that whitewater. And I'm going to tell you, stand up, stand up, stand up. I may point to the balls of my feet. I want you to get up almost like you're on your toes before you pull out.
Okay, so don't ski the course?
We're not skiing the course. We're going to do pull-outs on this side. Just to practice the move of really engaging the tip of the ski and moving out with pressure on the front foot, not created by your shoulders. So right there, gates 2-4, you were more balanced, but some of it was with your shoulders like we talked about in the last set, okay? What I want you to do is stand there, nice and balanced, and just practice kind of sliding out to your right while staying balanced on your feet. And the way you're gonna do that is sort of face me and think about your hips and your front knee falling at like a 45-degree angle to the boat's path. So you're moving a little bit to the right and a little bit forward. That'll keep you balanced and show you how you can work the edge of the ski to make this happen, okay? Because we have to push the envelope to get you to the point where you really are balanced on your feet, okay? Let's do it.
Here we go.
Going as far as you need to be on your front foot is a pretty big change, right? Because right there, you got over your front foot pretty well. I do want to see you go ahead and push your arms down instead of keeping them pulled in tight. But then when you went to pull out, you started out okay and then naturally sort of rocked back to the tail again. It's habit, like you said, but you have to have a way to break that habit. And it's not by skiing the course repeatedly, it's by doing these types of drills, okay? So I don't want you to go do that again, A, because I want you to work enough to create some body heat because you're freezing. But I want you to have that in your repertoire to be able to use it to practice that. Okay? Now, we're going to pull out for the gate this time. Exaggerate it, almost like arching your back, tightening your glutes. So you're really over front foot alone. And stay on your big toe as you roll into the gate. This stays up. As you approach the weight, you can relax. Now it is a move, stay up and rolling, okay?
Here we go.
Probably 50% better as far as getting balance on your feet, but you probably still have 60% of the weight on your back foot and 40 on the front. You're not going to fix that overnight, I don't think. If you were a worse skier, you would probably fix it more quickly. Right now, your body's saying, you know what, I know I can do it this way, so you do it the way you've been doing it. What I want you to couple with that right now is as that you start to roll into the gate, I want you to think about twisting your body a little bit left, which will actually accelerate your hips into your front knee. So look at how I'm doing it. We're kind of twisting left, putting some pressure on the left half of your body. Not just opening up and facing the boat, but as you're rolling in, just twisting just a little so that your hip gets pushed towards the center of the weight. You'll generate power, you'll stay over your foot, you get a little better swing out to one body. Okay? I want you to try that. Maybe not click right away, but try it. Let's see what we get, okay? feel like you look good. I still say you can get over the front foot more than you are, but I think what you did, had the ski carving, you had a little bit of that counter so your hips were accelerating, and like your goal, part of the goal behind getting that little bit of a twist through the weights is if you get into this position, rather than having your right shoulder low, when it's time to transition out to one, your hips are leading the way, so they roll out more effectively into the next turn. So much better through the gates than it was from 2 to 3. Okay, so what we're gonna start to add to it all the way through the course is on your offside, you wanna be balanced over that foot. When the ski starts to carve and your hand hits the handle, I want you to be countering just a little, twisting a little bit left so your hips are leading you, headed across to the other side. Okay?
All right, here we go.
For sure. Gates, you didn't know, right? The gate was okay. 2 to 3 though, yeah, the shoulder's down and you end up slowly falling back. Understand truly that this left arm, if it drives into your hips, that's gonna keep your hips moving and keep you balanced over your feet. Left arm, so that's you twisting, right? So if you look at the rope, and generally you're leaning with this right shoulder a little low, your right shoulder's lined up with the rope, but your body's behind you. If you twist just a little and this left arm kind of digs into your hips, your left elbow digs into your hips, you'll move your hips in behind the rope. So all the pull from the boat's giving you more speed, you're more stable, and it leads to a nicer, more easy transition out to 135, okay? This is something that we all, for the most part, do well on our good side, because that's the way our hips are oriented. The left hip's leading across, and using the stairway. On the offside, the tendency is to be facing this way, and we want you to